What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Two Wheeled Rider YouTube channel. My name is Mario Orsini, and recently I received an inquiry through my website asking me about my process and what I use to plan my routes for my trips. A guy named Dave Minning reached out to me. I have not replied back to him yet, but I will before this video goes out. But I figured if he had that question, a lot of other people probably do too. So that's what we're going to discuss in today's video. All right, so I mentioned the website. I actually recently updated the website. Let me show you guys that real quick. twowheeledrider.com. I've got a brand new layout. I actually went from Squarespace, or actually went from WordPress over to a Squarespace layout. We got a shop on there. I got all the social media links, that sort of thing. And pretty much on every page, I've got some sort of contact form. You fill out the contact form. It's the easiest way to get a hold of me. One of the other cool things is we did put a shop in. I'm running a special right now. I found a bunch of 2WR ADV shirts, limited amount of sizes, limited amount of colors available, but they're only 10 bucks right now. So take advantage of that. They're just $10 plus shipping. Hell of a deal on those. Also got some other cool stuff on here. So if you want to support the channel, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. And then one other thing, when this video goes live, I'm releasing 20 sticker packs totally free of charge. So if you want to get one of those, you get a few stickers in the pack. There's no shipping charge. There's no anything charge. I'm just going to ship them to your house for free, and you'll have about an hour head start from when this video goes up before I post it on other social media. Also, just know anyone who orders anything off the site is going to get a sticker pack for free. But if you just want a free one, I'm going to limit it to the first 20. So, all right, now let's get into the rest of this. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways to build routes, export routes, a lot of different devices to use. Let me walk you through what I'm going to use in my video and some of the applications and some of the devices you're going to need, at least to do it my way. I work off of Garmin devices. This is a Garmin Tread 2. I have a Garmin XT2 sitting over here. Both of these work very similar. The XT3 may even end up using the same software as what they use, but that's what I'm going to be using in today's video because that's what I've been using the last few years. Other device you may need. I recommend using a computer. This is my MacBook Pro. I'm actually going to work off of my Mac today. You could work off a tablet too, and you might actually be able to skip a step in a device if you want to work off a tablet. I just recommend having a larger screen. It's way easier to work with than working on your phone. Speaking of phone, also going to use my phone. This is an iPhone 17 Pro Max, I believe. Of course I got it because it's orange. A couple other things you're going to need. You are going to need the Garmin Tread app. That is a free app. That's what we're going to use to export. And then what I use both on my phone and on my computer is something called the My Route app. I've been using it, I think, about coming up on 7 years now. I think it's about 6.5 years. Every single trip you guys have seen in the last 6+ years, that's what I've used to design my trip, lay out my trip, that sort of thing. So there is a cost to that app. I don't know exactly what it is. Prices fluctuate, but if they run one of those deals over like one of the holidays where you can, instead of doing the monthly thing, you can pay or annual thing, you can do the lifetime, go ahead and do it. That's what I have on both. And yeah, that's what I found works best. So we're going to hop onto the computer. I'm going to show you how that application works, and we'll just pick out like a, fun route to design. And then I'll show you how to get it over on your GPS device. All right, so the first thing we need to do is actually go to my route app. I'm gonna go ahead and get logged in here. And then this is the interface and how it looks. So I think if I come over to my account, let's just see what I have. All right, so I have the My Route app, Route Planner Gold Lifetime Plan. That is essentially what we're working on right now, which is kind of like the desktop version. And then I also have the Navigation Next Lifetime Plan. And that is an actual navigation app that is on my phone or mobile device. I don't remember what I paid for either one of these, but it was pretty insignificant cost from what I remember. So anyway, let's go back over here to the start. And we can come to my routes and you guys can see everything I've built out. It's cool. It's all a folder basis. And if you go into any of these, like if you watch my most recent trip, the Italy trip, you'll even see some different iterations in here. You can make them public, you can make them private, you can share with friends. Typically I have mine marked as private just because lots of times I'm starting at my home and I don't really want to give up my home address to everyone. So anyway, all different sorts of things in here. So if we want to just create one for fun, you can come over here and click new. And then you have the option of creating a new folder or a new route. In our case, we're just going to pick route and we'll just name it test route. And whatever, we'll make it public. Now, here's something, you have a drop down here and you can choose between car, bicycle, foot, motorcycle, you know, so on and so on. You would think for this, you would want to choose motorcycle. However, if you go to use motorcycle, you're limited in the different maps you can use here in a minute, and it really doesn't matter. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick car. When I say it doesn't matter for the purposes of building the route. It does matter when it comes to the different maps you can look at. I like mine in Google Maps by default, and that's available in the gold. The problem with using the motorcycle, and I think you can use TomTom and one other one, you're really limited. So again, I like just doing it with car, works good that way. So then, you know, pretty simply, you pick your place you want to start. So in my case, I'm just going to say Bunker Hill, West Virginia. It's going to pop right up. And I can make this my waypoint. I can start right there at the post office. And then let's say, I don't know where we want to go to. Let's go to Seneca Rocks, West Virginia. Okay, obviously I can't spell, but here we go. All right, so it's going to put a little spot on the thing there. Now, I know that's not exactly where I want to go to Seneca Rocks, so maybe I want to bring it down here and put it right on Yoakum's. I can just drag it here and hit OK. Now, if I pop back out, I can see what route it chose for me. Now, I may want that just by default because it's got some cool stuff in here, or I may not for some reason. So what it'll allow you to do at this point is much like, you know, a lot of other applications. You can kind of choose how you want to lay this thing out. So in this case, okay, so it's got me coming into Wardsville, which is fine and all, but I don't really want to stay on this road. I want to take the more fun road. So I can just drag it over here onto Old 55. It doesn't have to be exact. But see, it's going to default then to kind of get you back onto what it thinks the faster route is. So you can just keep dragging it over here. I personally want to stay on 55. Same thing here. So I'm just going to drag it from wherever, you know, wherever it's on 48 and bring it over here to 55. All right, so you see it stays on there, but then it jumps back off again. So we'll just drag it here. Oops. And then if it does something like this, where it's going to route you back on, just drag it down to a lower point. All right, so now it's staying on Old 55, which is what I want. And then, actually, I'm fine with this at this point. So essentially, like, this is how you build your route. Now, if you want to go, you know, it's got all your points on here right now, but if you want to then throw it on here and add an additional point, you can. Now, this is one of my favorite places, and Nick Browse just sent me an Instagram story yesterday showing me it was here, so I can just click on Gateway Family Restaurant. If you know, you know. If you don't, you need to know. And boom, I've got my 7th one on here. Now, again, all this is configurable if you want to add additional things on here. And you can see, because this is working off a Google Map thing, you can literally just click on points of interest if you want and add it on. So anyway, I'm pretty good with this, but now I want to get back home to Bunker Hill, West Virginia. In your case, you may be going somewhere else for the night. So let's do this, add this back on. And then it's just going to route me back, and I don't care in this case whichever way it decides to route me back. And it looks like it just kind of went about as generic as possible. Actually, let's not do it that way. Let's go to Woodstock first and make this a little more fun. So now it's just going to take you to the middle of downtown just because that's what it does by default. In this case, we don't really care about this, so we'll just bring this up here instead. And that kind of sucks too, so let's just go to here next. All right, there we go. And then we can go Bunker Hill and pick here. All right, so here's what's cool about this. Now we can actually look at the entire thing we're doing. You can see your route on here. You can see you're gonna ride right around 100 miles. It even estimates how long you're gonna take. Now in this case, we're kind of done. It used to be in the old days, we would export it here and then plug it into the Garmin. You can still do that on a Windows-based machine. It's a little bit easier, but on a Mac, it's a little bit more difficult. So we're gonna hop off of here and now we're gonna go over to our phone. Now, when we come over to our phone, you can tell I have a ton of apps on here, but I have one for navigation, and that is where the My Route mobile app is. So I'm gonna click on there. And if this worked, I should be able to go to my routes, and what we call this one, test route. So I ought to be able to scroll down, find test route. And there it is. Now, if I wanted to, I could just navigate off of here. If you want to work off your phone, great, works well for that. But I want to do something different. I want to get it to my Garmin device. So how do I do that? Well, I click this button down here in the bottom right-hand corner, and I'm going to hit download. Now, in my case, I'm going to do a GPX 1.1 because it'll allow me to export as a route, track, or point of interest. I personally like to work off of tracks. A route will give you turn by turn. A track is basically just a line on there, and what's great about that is you can literally just follow the line, where the route, given traffic or whatever, will try to reroute and may take you off of where you actually want to go. So we're just going to hit download, and it's been downloaded. So now we're going to go to export, and if we scroll over on export, we're going to look for the Tread app. Unfortunately, I can't find the Tread app because I haven't used it recently. So we're going to hit more, and we're going to go down to Tread. And this is where it gets kind of fun. This isn't anything like too difficult to do. So we should just be able, we might be able to go new collection. Let's see, import. Okay, so test route. Let's see what it does here. We're going to close all this out. Okay, so if we look at our phone here, you can see we have test route already on here. And if you look, it's a little hard to, oh, there it goes. It's in pink. It's just like it was before. Now we have put it on the phone. I mean, it's about as easy as it gets. Now we're just gonna go over to our Garmin device and export it from the phone to the Garmin device, which is about as simple as it gets. Also, if you wanna look down here, you can see the elevation changes and that sort of thing, which is kind of cool. It gives you some pretty cool data. Okay, so with our Garmin device now open, we want to make sure over here on our phone we're actually connected to it via Bluetooth. And then we're going to come over here. This is your normal stuff. And then you're going to go into your apps. And we should be able to come into our tracks here. Because again, I want to import as a track. And it's going to sync. Now you see it says it's syncing up there at the top. It's going to take a minute, depending on how many you have, when's the last time you connected, all that sort of thing. And if this goes as planned, it should pull up with our latest and greatest that we just made. All right, so let's scroll down and look for test route. Now keep in mind, it's no, don't want that one. It's gonna be labeled track in front of it. That's just what it does by default. You can always go back in and rename these later. Go through. You can see how many I have on here. It's a bunch. So, all right, there's the test route. So it actually did work. Now, if you want to, you do have the option here. You can go into settings. You can change the name of it if you want, because like I said, it's gonna by default put track in front of it. If you just want it to say test route, you can do that. And then it's pretty simple from that point. You just hit go. And you can do start to finish or finish to start. And then of course, I mean, the issue with this is right now I'm indoors, so it's probably not gonna acquire it perfectly at the moment, but it is gonna pull it up on there, and then you just follow the line. All right guys, so that is the process I've used for the last 6+ years. In theory, you could get away without using the GPS device, and you could literally do everything off your phone because you can navigate with the My Route app. I love working on it on the computer. I usually take my laptop with me, so if I want to make changes in the middle of a trip, it's easy to do, and just use that process, export it on my phone, and it automatically links up to my Garmin device. It's about as easy as it gets. I have no affiliation with those guys. I wish I did because they are awesome. My buddy Alan Hoffman turned me on to them back in 2019, and I've been using that app and that software ever since. It's great since it's web-based. You can access from anywhere you have an internet connection or a cell phone connection for that matter. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider that subscribe button, because if you like motorcycles, well, this is the place to be. I'll link where I can some of the devices I used and some of the softwares. I'll put a link down there for my Route app if you want to check them out. And as always, I'll talk to you again soon.